Can I ask you with that, when you came out with that information,
Yeah.
it wasn't like everybody was patting you on the back and happy about that.
No.
Tell me about your interactions. Was it, it's a friendly organization, but how did it go for you? It could have been easy.
I was at the first meeting. I was just looking at it. It was 1980, I think.
Yeah.
Norm Thompson was the president, initial president, and Jack Monchick was secretary, and I forget who was vice president, first vice president, Ed Kaplan, I think. But for a number of years at the College of Surgeons meeting, Norm Thompson and I would argue about total versus hemithyroidectomy and so on. And that was sort of fun. It was a expected debate. But I felt very strongly about it, partly because no matter how good the academics are, the bulk of thyroid surgery is always going to be done in the community.
Yep.
And you've got to have an operation that's safe for the general surgeon who doesn't do much thyroid. And especially nowadays, where the residents graduate with 3 or 4 thyroids in their experience. So that was one of my major motives. And so I've been on that horse for a long time. But it's been I've had a great career. I've had a lot of fun. And a lot of it was the thyroid and the thyroid cancer, because I was interested in the big picture of cancer. One of the great things at Memorial, and also at Lay, and also later on as a surgical oncologist, was there weren't anatomic restrictions in what you did. So you got a picture of the broad aspect of cancer. And at Memorial, we rotated through all the anatomic groups: chest, and head and neck, and breast, and melanoma, and so on. So you got a real broad picture. It's something that I think it's missing in the training today, which tends to be more focused, and even within surgical oncology and biliary pancreas or things like that. Yeah. So, and partly as a result of this experience with thyroid cancer, I've gotten very interested in nodal disease and cancer generally. So a lot of my interest has been involved in writing and investigating the aspects of nodal disease. And the thing that's peculiar about this low-risk young person's thyroid cancer is they have lots of node metastases. And even this recent Japanese report that came out within the past couple of years, 80% positive nodes in the low-risk thyroid cancer patients, which means even when you do a node dissection, you're leaving stuff behind. And so it was a peculiar relationship, and really helped me sort out my concepts of nodes as being indicators, not governors, which is the big issue in surgical oncology, one of the big issues in surgical oncology. And Dan Coit, who's a friend of mine, trained with us, ran a program at the SSO, I don't know, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. And at the end of Kelly McMaster saying, have to do nodes, and me saying you didn't, this was about breast, he asked the audience, and it was basically 50-50. 50% of surgical oncologists, and I think probably still today, believe that lymph node metastases are generating foci for other metastatic disease. And there's no data to support that. No data to support that. And so it's been an interesting intellectual exercise.